Hi, I'm Josh, if you don't know, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Destiny game type, Sparrow Racing. It came out yesterday. I played it for a day, a few hours, and I'd like to give my thoughts on it. So if you're ready, I'm going to do an entire race while I review the thing. So we're going to hear the sounds of me going through gates and missing gates and honking my horn and all that. So um, first off, um, this is my character. He's my secondary character. We've got all purple armor that's new for the game type, and a pink shader that applies to the helmet and the belt. Everything else is the same. And oh yeah, I got a new bike too. So fancy. Alright, so I have set my destination and then go over to the taking thing. Very first, there's no way to access the racing unless you go to the left bottom of the thing. Usually, I would assume it would have showed up on the Crucible area, but we don't seem to have that yet. It would be nice to have it there because in the future, I imagine there being Mayhem Clash game types again, and they took that away for these 3 weeks. Um, so, yeah, I'd like to see that changed because then Mayhem Clash would give, or Mayhem whatever, would give Legendary Mark rewards again, which would be super nice because currently you can only get Legendary Marks through playing the race by dismantling Legendary Armor, which, at least from what I've found, you might be able to if you get the end license, but from what I've noticed, there's no way to receive legendary marks. So they've essentially taken away an option to get legendary marks every day, which makes the currency a little bit more rare. And there we go. And there's yeah, it just makes it harder to advance in the game normally than it was before, which is whatever. That's your own prerogative. It's cool how it doesn't show. Well, actually, it's cool how it shows the racers at the beginning, but I wish it would show every racer individually. At least at one point, it could be. It would mean they'd have to switch faster between the characters, and so you get less screen time, or make the beginning intro longer, which I don't think is a good idea. Um, but yeah. Um, all in all, it's a great game type, and I think it's exactly what we needed for a little bit of variety when you're feeling like raids and PvE is just not doing it for you. I've been playing, yesterday and today, I've been playing almost exclusively racing. But that's just because it's new, and I have 3 characters, so I wanted to get all the armor for all 3 characters so that once it goes away, I'll still have that armor, and I'm still working on that. Um, but when reviewing the actual racing, there are certain problems that we'll get into, but I think first off, like it's really intuitive, and the controls are amazing. I feel like sometimes you have to swerve back and forth in order to hit the lines that you need to. Um, and there's a significant amount of like danger, I guess. Like there's possibility for you to crash quite often. Um, I think most of that comes from hitting gates right before turns, which is another thing. Not all gates are necessarily essential to your race, and um, sometimes in the statistics at the end it'll say that the person in 6th place often hit like 68 gates, whereas the person in 1st place hit like 40. So um, I guess part of that has to do with um, when you're in the back, you're not competing with other people and getting pushed aside for um, gates, but it also means that, like I said, not every gate is essential to your race. The main thing is you have to hit your turns before you hit a gate. So when you hit a gate, you get a ton of speed right away. So you want to position yourself in a direction that, in the direction that you want to go. Because if you try and correct yourself after you hit a gate, there is too much speed and your bike can't keep up. It's what's it called? Like, just is too hard to control, I guess, because there's so much speed, and yeah. The ability to shift side to side is really cool, and I think it's one of the main reasons why this racing type is unique from all other racing games. It's also unique in the way that you can wear whatever armor and have whatever appearance you want. So on my main account, I usually race in my year 1 Crota's End raid gear because it looks cool and it's a nice throwback, and I have the whole set, so I was like, oh, why not? I'll pull it out of storage, and because I wasn't using it. But now I'm able to use armor that previously was just stuck in storage all the time, and so that's really neat. You can also wear the helmets from the Festival of Light in October, which is pretty cool. I don't see it used very often because most people seem to want to, at least at this point, rank up their racing gear, and the best way to do that is by racing, which makes sense. So so most of the time you'll see people wearing the racing outfits. It's very rare that you'll see someone in alternative gear, but it happens sometimes. The other thing is, in this race, I'm noticing it right now, it shows which position the characters are in, and the way they do that is flawed apparently, because it messes up sometimes. So I don't know. The horns are cool. The bikes are cool. The armor is pretty neat. I wish there were armors that responded to the color variants more. If you saw before, only the belt and the helmet were affected by my armor variant, or color variant. So that's just a choice that they made in the armor department, and it'd be cool to see them give more options for changes in the color, basically. The rewards are good. You get strange coins and motes of light, which are helpful and advance your character beyond just racing. Oh, I got a cool armor shader just now, which is awesome. It's like black and blue. And I came in 5th place with 60 gates. The person in last place hit 65 gates. The person in 2nd place hit 55 gates, and the person in 1st place hit 66 gates. So it's kind of a toss-up. I've seen people in 1st hit like 40 gates, and I've seen people in 1st hit like close to 70 gates. So it just depends on people's playstyle and how close they want to hit turns and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the end of the race, and I think that's the end of the review too. So check it out if you haven't. It's great for anybody who has the game, who has the Taken King. Um, there are it's fun for everybody basically. Like it's it's like the Crucible in that doesn't it levels each player, so you're all the same. You have the same speed and the same armor and all that kind of stuff. So there's no one character that's going to be inherently better than another character. Um, but yeah, I'd love to see more enemies on the race field, and um, and I'd love to see an ability for racers to slow down their opponents somehow. And I don't know how to do that other than um, literally pushing them away from a gate, which slows you down. Um, oh yeah, it's kind of fun. The emotes are cool because you can like high five other players if you want to, and yeah. But I got another race starting, so I gotta go. Thanks for watching. See ya.